Our headlines today. A city in mourning. Thousands gather at a vigil to remember 3 people stabbed to death in Nottingham.
The fathers of 2 students killed paid emotional tributes to their teenagers and urged classmates to look after each other.
I've lost my baby boy and I can't even comprehend how I'm going to do and deal with it.
A report into whether Boris Johnson misled Parliament about lockdown parties in Downing Street is due to be published this morning.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Good morning from Hamleys, where I'll be looking at why the doll remains so popular ahead of her Hollywood debut.
Good morning. England call upon their big game player for the first Ashes test. Stuart Broad is chosen to face Australia at Edgbaston when it all begins tomorrow as England bid to regain those Ashes.
And we're live in Glasgow, where this morning the graffiti artist Banksy has announced his first solo show in 14 years. We've got an exclusive look around.
The former UK Cabinet Minister Nadine Dorries, who dramatically announced that she was stepping down as an MP with immediate effect, now says that she won't resign until she gets answers to questions relating to the process of her nomination for the House of Lords. She initially said she'd be quitting Parliament on Friday. Shortly after it was confirmed, she would not be given a peerage in Boris Johnson's resignation honours list. Police Scotland has announced the appointment of its first female chief constable. Jo Farrell will replace Sir Ian Livingstone, who is retiring in August. Last month, Sir Ian admitted that the force needed to change after a review uncovered first-hand accounts of racism, sexism, and homophobia by serving officers. New research has found that most women in the UK with early breast cancer now beat the disease due to major improvements in treatments. A study funded by Cancer Research UK has discovered that the risk of dying within 5 years of diagnosis is now around 5%. That's down from 14% in the 1990s.
We're going to bring you up to date with the front pages. Let's start with the Mirror. United in Love. That's the headline. Like many of the newspapers, focusing on the vigil in Nottingham University, which was attended by the families of Barnaby Webber and Grace O'Malley Kumar, the 2 students who were fatally stabbed.
In the Times, they picked out the image of the 2 sets of parents hugging each other, and its headline is a quote from Grace's dad, Sanjoy, who told the vigil, "Look after each other and love everyone." And the Telegraph has a picture of Barnaby and Grace's mums comforting each other. Its lead story you can see there is about the Commons inquiry into whether Boris Johnson misled Parliament over Downing Street parties. He's accused one member of the investigating committee of monstrous hypocrisy.
One of the most read stories on the BBC News website is about quick-thinking Alex Brewer. Now, Alex was on a packed coach. The coach was travelling at 70 miles per hour on the M74 near Moffat, just north of Lockerbie, when the driver fell ill, and Alex managed to steer the vehicle to safety. That's on the BBC News website.
This morning's front pages see what's dominating now the Metro there, leading with a vigil for the 2 students killed in the Nottingham attacks, where thousands turned out to support the grieving families of Grace O'Malley Kumar and Barnaby Webber. It's an identical headline on the Mirror there, with an image of the grieving families. Now, the Express describes the mood at the vigil as one of numb, uncomprehending grief. And the Mail focuses there on the emotional speeches made by both of the victims' fathers. And the Times quotes Grace's father, where he encouraged mourners to look after each other and love everyone. Now, The Guardian reports that scientists have sidestepped the need for eggs and sperm by creating a synthetic embryo using stem cells. The Telegraph reports on Boris Johnson calling Sir Bernard Jenkins to be removed from the Privileges Committee over allegedly breaking lockdown rules. And that's an image from Silvio Berlusconi's funeral on the front page of the FT, which also says there's pressure on the Prime Minister over rising mortgage rates. There's Mortgages too on the Eye, which says the Tories risk losing the support of homeowners. And there's an artificial intelligence warning from Elon Musk on the front page of the Star. We've turned into cyborgs. And if you want to see any of those front pages again or read the stories, just scan the QR code on your screen.